Good morning, and welcome to the second part of these video essays about the Compare and Contrast Essay for Literature of the Americas. I'm Dr. Christian Lehman at Bard High School Early College in Cleveland, and these videos are a result of the COVID-19 crisis. This video is going to be concerned with the first body paragraph. In this brief video, I will offer some suggestions about how to transition to your first body paragraph. I will offer a reminder of how to use a quote sandwich in order to discuss textual evidence. The goals of the first body paragraph. Fundamentally, you want to start with a bang and prove your claim in the thesis. This means having a very strong piece of textual evidence paired with a nuanced, close reading. Textual evidence is your quotation. Close reading is where you talk about specific parts of that quotation. Think of this paragraph as the one where you earn the reader's trust in you. In the introduction, you made this huge, bold claim. It got the attention of the reader. Now, you have to prove that you have the skills to earn my trust in believing that statement. And to do this, you're going to use a quote sandwich, right? This is your evidence. If you think about a paper as being a trial, this is where you have to prove the case that you think happened. One example that I want to give, or a kind of metaphor, is what arises in the very first syndicated column of Bill Watterson's 1990s really iconic comic strip, Calvin and Hobbes. In the first panel, Calvin, wearing a safari hat, comes up to his dad and says, "So long, Pop, I'm off to check my tiger trap." Second panel, "I rigged a tuna fish sandwich yesterday, so I'm sure to have a tiger by now." Third panel, "They like tuna fish, huh?" Tigers will do anything for a tuna fish sandwich. The fourth panel, Hobbes is hanging upside down, caught in this tiger trap. "We're kind of stupid that way," he says. And below that, notice the onomatopoeia, munch, munch. This act of a tiger trap via a sandwich should control how you think about the use of a quotation in your own paper, right? The reader is the tiger. Your quote is the trap, and you are Calvin as the author. You're trying to trap the reader into your paper, to suck us in. And look how content Hobbes is. It's a very satisfying feeling to get caught up in a really strong argument with excellent textual evidence and discussion. We shift to the substance of the body paragraph. In that transition sentence, I want you to notice I have not quoted anything yet, but I introduced the fact that I could offer an analysis of that first picture, for instance, which is Bruce shirtless. If you want to do that, a good strategy is to insert a photo into your essay at this point and use that as the quotation. One easy way to do this is take the picture on your phone, email it to yourself, download it as a file, and then just insert it into your document. Another possibility, if you want to kind of just have introduced this idea of the home via pictures, but then you want to talk about language. Alison Bechdel's language in the first chapter of Fun Home emphasizes the importance of the house as a way to understand her family. Take, for example, her description of her father, Bruce. He was an alchemist of appearance, a savant of surface, a Daedalus of decor. And then I give the citation. So in parentheses, FH, standing for Fun Home, 6, which is the page number, and close parenthesis, which is and then the period. We haven't talked about it very much, but you'll notice that with the H in he at the start of the quotation, I put it in what are called square brackets. This is because on the page, it's a capital H, but in my quotation, I want it to be a lowercase h because it's continuing the sentence that I've already composed. This is a minor matter of aesthetics, and it's not going to be something that you will be graded on with this next paper because of the extraordinary circumstances under which you are writing it. But I just want to model proper behavior in terms of writing of a paper. So notice what I've done in this sentence. I've shifted the idea from the images to language. And so what I want to do is with this quotation, I'm going to want to talk about language. And this gets us to the idea that a quote is not substance. Anyone can find a quote. A word search can find a quote. A pet dog or parrot could find a quote. But only you can provide analysis of that quotation. This is the point at which the study of literature becomes thrilling, because you and your unique skills and personality, mindset, and knowledge, all of those options you're going to be bringing to this analysis. Only you and the unique set of circumstances that make up who you are will let you make this argument. And you're being very generous and trying to help somebody else see the world as you see it. So remember to use your terms, figurative language terms, and observations to keep the focus on homes and secrets, or whatever it is that you had in your thesis. So for me, my thesis was on homes and secrets, and so I'm trying to keep that language there. Here's an instance of how you might word this. And this is, again, looking at that quotation about Alchemist of Appearance. Bechdel uses an emphatic triple alliteration of A, S, and D in this quote to create three different statements. Importantly, however, each of these units is simply a restatement of the same idea. Bruce is great at manipulating the surface of things. This overemphasis on surface disguises the fact that we don't know the secrets of Bruce's personal life. So one thing I would still have to do in this discussion is talk about how appearance, surface, and decor are all about surface. Right? That would be the next step in this. I've introduced the idea, but you need to help me see the specifics. So how do you wrap up a first body paragraph? Well, after you've discussed any pertinent language, right? This is what I just said about pointing out that surface, appearance, and decor are similar words. Obviously, they're nuanced, and you could really develop a sophisticated idea with those nuances, but I'm just making a broad point at this point. So you can wrap up the paragraph by restating how you started. This is a fine way to do it. Or you can gesture forward to what the rest of the paper will do, or even the next paragraph. So, and this is kind of controversial, this idea of the gesturing forward, because I like it. It's kind of a flirtation about, hey, keep reading, but some teachers hate it. And so ultimately, you will need to decide what you like. You will also have to make an important choice here about structure. This is why we brainstorm essays, because you still have 3 more quotations to analyze. So, do you want to shift to American Street in the next paragraph? And that would just be the kind of on the surface level quotation proving to me that American Street is about homes. Or do you want to go in depth on Fun Home? Right? You've already set up the idea that Fun Home's interested in metaphors, but now you have to prove to me the kind of aspect of the secret still. So, and this is where you're dealing with one of the most exciting aspects of writing an essay, which is the way you present information to the reader, right? The form of manipulation as you're guiding me through this. You are in charge of leading me through the labyrinth of your argument. One way to just wrap up a first paragraph is writing thus. So, thus we see that Bechdel emphasizes the importance of home early on. It's fine. So looking forward to tomorrow's video. Tomorrow I'm going to talk more about structure and specifically transitions to enact the compare and contrast part of the essay, right? How do you activate that you are making a comparison with another text? So we're going to talk about specific language with that. Today, though, what I really want you to focus on is the close reading of that first quotation or image analysis. Start composing that first body paragraph. Really say as much as you can about the words or the words and image, whatever it is that you're going to be looking at. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.